I am making the most ambitious anime review for Vinland Saga, which involves me visiting all of the real-world locations for the first season. Well, all except for one. The Frankish fortress in modern-day France. I couldn't really find it. Our only real clue as to the location comes by way of a map offered in the deluxe edition that denotes the Loire River Valley as a point of exit. Now, despite the lack of plot relevance this scene offers, Yukimura put tons of work into making sure this scene made historical sense. You see, around this point in history, what we view as modern-day France didn't really exist and instead looked more like this. If this looks confusing, it's because it kind of is. Trying to pinpoint what borders looked like in this region of Europe during the turn of the first millennium is quite difficult, as different realms, tribes, kingdoms were all vying for control over one another, with interludes of unity breaking them up. However, in the year 987, a short while before this scene was set, the House of Capet, or whatever it is in French, ruled the Kingdom of France until 1328, which positions this conflict in the story's opening to likely be between the West and Middle Frankish kingdoms. And so, if we assume Askeladd and his crew pushed against the current of the Loire River for 500 to 600 miles, which, there is precedent for in Viking history, then the location for this conflict could be one of 3 points. They include the villages of Rouen, Coupon, and Barège de la Palaissière. However, this is where I failed. You see, between extensive human intervention through dams and irrigation and the natural changes river systems experience over a millennium, this was one of the only locations I couldn't pinpoint in the first arc. It also didn't help my morale that in the second OP for Vinland Saga, the Viking arrow down the Loire doesn't go nearly far enough to reach the areas in question. Still though, Yukimura's awareness of Viking raids possibly happening this far inland, coupled with his knowledge of Frankish civil unrest at this point in time, is more than enough to color me impressed. Vinland Saga is crazy, and on my channel, I will be dropping a review for it this weekend.